Hello and welcome everybody. We are here. One Piece chapter 1131 live reaction. We are here live in the flesh, guys. I'm excited to see this chapter. How is everybody doing today, chat? Drop how you're feeling in the chat, guys. I hope you guys are feeling great and fantastic. I am very tired. I don't know what happened, chat. I don't know what happened. Why did it take? So let's start off with this, right? First of all, why did it take TCB so long to drop the chapter, bro? It dropped, what, 7 hours ago? I was asleep. It's Saturday. These guys are slacking, bro. That's the first thing. Second thing, I don't know why I'm so tired, bro. I think I had it's 11 right now. I woke up like maybe 15-20 minutes ago. I barely woke up in time, right? I don't know why I feel so tired and exhausted when I literally slept 8-9 hours. Chat, I don't know what's going on. Chat, I was fighting demons in my sleep, bro. I kept waking up. I was having all these dreams. Bro, the first dream I had last night, chat, I kid you not, I was out in the streets. It felt like I was in Korea. I think I was in Korea. And I think the reason that I had a dream about being in Korea is because me and my girl were talking about the 4B movement, that trash. And I remember her telling me that it originated in Korea. So that my brain picked that up and it's like, okay, well, now you're going to have a dream about Korea. So I'm in Korea, right? Bro, chat, I kid you not. The live action actor for Zoro, I see him. And I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? I'm dapping him up. Kai Cenat is right there, chat. Kai Cenat. And I dap him up. We're walking. I don't even know where we're going. They wanted to get food, so we're going to a Taco Bell. They start arguing with the workers because apparently the food that they wanted was sold out. Dude, what? Like that was the first dream, right? The second dream, I saw one of you motherfuckers, bro. Chat, I saw one of you guys in my dreams, bro. Cause like I was at a different restaurant. It was a separate dream. And one of you guys, bro, one of the people in the chat, literally, they were like, yo, bro, I'm a huge fan, bro. I'm a supporter, bro. You know, I really didn't like when that one other YouTuber dissed you, bro. And like I was standing there in the stream just like all awkward because like I wasn't trying to have that conversation. And like one of you guys were like, yeah, and you know, like towards the end of their video, they said like, you're a bum or something. Like, and I was like, all right, whatever, bro. And like I dapped one of you guys up because it was one of you guys, right, in the dream. And when I went to dap you guys up, you left your spit all over my hand. Like, what type of dreams is my brain trying to manifest, bro? Or is it the Lord? The Lord, dear Lord, what type of message are you trying to send me? So, yeah, I had these really bizarre dreams. I wake up and I'm exhausted, but chat, that's why we got a cup of coffee. We got a cup of coffee. Chat, how's everyone doing? Maya, I'm glad to see you. Door Handle was good. Artie was good. Karu was good. Kai Sinat was trying to recruit for his stream. He's trying to get some One Piece creators in the AMP. That must be what it is. Okay. We got Big King J in the chats. We got Big King J. But yeah, guys, we're feeling a little tired. We're feeling a little eepy. But we're doing good. Chat, I'm glad to see you guys here. You know, we got to represent each and every time. The I Love Jesus scarf. Gotta represent, chat. And I'm curious, man, chat. What is this? What are the ratings this time around? Wait, why is it? Hold up. Why is it so off screen? What the? Hold on, chat. Oh, I think I messed it up when we were doing the episode reaction. Oh no. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to fix this. We're gonna have to fix this. Wait, really? It shouldn't have changed it though. Hold on, guys. We got some technical difficulties. Here, let's try 500. Whoops. Here, chat, we're just gonna bum it, okay? It's not gonna be perfectly even, but oh well, chat. Oh well. Country boys make do. So chat, what's going on? Sway said that wasn't spit, OG. Bro, what are you trying to say with that comment? You mean to tell me when I dapped up my supporter and they left some sticky substance on my hand, it wasn't spit? Are you for real right now? Not
You
funny,
are
bro.
Jewish.
Not whoa, dude. I keep hitting that soundboard on accident, bro. Chat, I swear. Dude, I did not mean to hit that soundboard. I meant to hit this one.
Yo, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yo, who could tell me who that is? Who can tell me who that is?
Yo, that shit was fucking hilarious.
I'll shout out the first person who could tell me who that is. Flight. It's that boy Flight. I need to get the other one where he's like clapping. That boy Flight. But chat, I'm glad to see you guys here. I think we got to get into this chapter reaction. You know, did I say we action? The chapter we action. No, we need to get into the chapter reaction, guys. You know, we've been slacking on staying on topic, staying on flow. This is gonna be the stream where we don't go off topic, where we stay on course. Okay, we don't go to the Jews, we don't go to Trump, we don't go to everything else, rappers. Okay, we're gonna be on topic this time, guys. We're gonna be on topic. I'm gonna be on point. We're gonna do what we need to do. Hey, Young Smokey, Wong Wokey, what's good, bro? I saw a putty twat. I know what you're trying to say, Bugs Bunny, and that's pretty wild. He's talking like a celestial. What do you mean I'm talking like a celestial? Hey, Cuneo, what's good, bro? Elsa, what's good? How you doing, Elsa? Guys, listen, we're gonna jump into our prayer. Then we're gonna jump into this chapter live reaction, okay? Let's jump into our little prayer. Gotta get my I Love Jesus scarf on so I could be immersed in the word, immersed in the prayer. Got my holy Bible, chat. See, you guys gotta read, man. Peak nonfiction. Dear Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Please give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. My shield, my God, my Lord, my deliverer, my refuge, my stronghold, Jesus Christ. Thank you for another day of life. Thank you for the food that you give me, the nourishment. Thank you for all the water and liquids I'm able to nourish with my body. Thank you for giving me entertainment. Thank you for giving me guidance and knowledge. Thank you for giving me your everlasting protection. Thank you for setting my path straight. And thank you for protecting my friends, my family, and thank you for the endless amount of things you do for me. I come to you today, Lord, to ask you to show up to everyone in this stream, every single person watching this stream, every single person in this chat, whether they've spoken before or not. I ask that you show up in their lives, no matter what difficulties they are facing in life, no matter who their enemies are, God. I ask that you give my chat the grace of patience, love, understanding, maturity. Give them guidance, give them bravery, give them good health, give them good finances. Please, Lord, take care of all of the people in chat. There's so many people in this world that are going through problems. I know that everyone in life, they have their own fair share of problems. God, I ask that you show up for these people because I love these people and I want what's best for them. And I want to see them succeed. And most of all, I want to see them in heaven. I want to go to heaven with these people and talk about one piece in heaven and embrace the Lord, embrace you in heaven and serve you. So God, please show up. Please take care of every single person here. Give them your grace, give them your patience, your love. Show them your truth. Show them how you renew hearts. Show them how you renew people and their lives, like how you've done for me. Show them how you lift the veil. You lift veils blocking people's eyes. You take off the blindfolds so that us on earth, we can see the world for what it truly is. In the name of Jesus, A to the men. See, chat? That's how you do it. Now it's some OP time. We're moving from the nonfiction to the fiction. Who's ready? Who's ready, guys? Who is ready? Let's get some 07s. Let's get some dubs. Let's get some readies. How ready are you guys? Chapter 1131. Loki of the Realm of the Dead. Alright, Loki. Alright, Loki. Loki. Let me come over here, Loki. Let me talk to you. Loki. You have been a character that Oda has built up and presented since Thriller Bark. You have been a character that was name dropped and built up since Thriller Bark. Do you understand how long that is? Loki, if you fumble as a character, if you are a bum, if you let down Mugiwara Senpai's, if you let him down, if you let down Zoro Senpai, Zoro-sama, if you let him down, you are a bum, you are a disgrace, you are the worstly built up character in the entire story, bro. Hands down, he has to be, chat. We have been waiting for him since Thriller Bark. This is, bro, Loki, this is your time to shine. All the theories, all the One Piece theories, all the One Piece theorists, all these theories, all this time that was put in to predicting Loki. I don't think people realize how much Oda cannot afford to fumble him. He truly can't afford to fumble him, because then Loki will be one of the worst built up characters ever. So please, Loki, do not fumble. Oda, please get us through this cover story, brother. Get us through this cover story, man. If I'm not seeing Blackbeard at Wano, if I'm not seeing the Blackbeard Pirates at Wano, get us out of this cover story. And by the way, chat, hold up. I was right. The horse girl. Wait, when we were reading this, the spoilers, I said, isn't that the horse girl? Speed, the horse girl. Someone told me it wasn't. Smokey, this shit unfair for real. Wait, what happened? Dawn of Ascension? Sway? Ah, that was for Dawn, not Sway. She showed me her boobies and I like them too. Vicky Valancourt ain't the devil, mama. What do you... My mama says alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush to brush them. Smokey, are you off that pack? What are you talking about? She showed me her boobies and I liked them too. Vicky Valancourt ain't the devil, mama. My mama says alligators ain't... What? Bro ain't never seen Waterboy. I know Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Waterboy, that's what you do on the field, my guy. You're the water boy. You're the one running to the quarterback. You need some water, you need some water. Alright, chat. Chapter 1131, Loki of the Dead. Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage. Volume 18, Chasing the Katana Thief. Guys, do we still believe that Blackbeard's showing up at Wano? At least his crew? Or am I the only person here that believes that? Am I the only person here that believes that? By the way, what are you guys rating the chapter right now? 52% of votes is 10 out of 10. Smokey, is this some Oda Angel activity? Are these Oda Angel activities? Everyone watching the stream, like the stream and rate the poll. What do you rate the chapter? From 10 to 7. I don't think most people are going to put a 6 and below. 50% of votes is a 10 out of 10. We need more votes, bro. We only got 22 votes. Chat, more votes. Let's get them in. Let's get them in, chat. Everyone vote. Everyone vote. Smokey, are they Oda Angels, bro? Just be honest with me. Is this some Oda Angel shit? I should not be cursing. Lord, forgive me. Jin Marks was good. Glad to see you. Oh, we got Shanks in the chat. Yo, Shanks, big fan. Mihawk better, but Shanks, big fan. Luffy's 3 billion and Loki's 2.6 billion bounty equals 5.6 billion. Okay, well, what does that mean? Z, ha ha ha, of course, teach Sencho. What is Sencho? Teach Sencho will read 1-0. Hey, I hope so. Because this cover story is kind of mid. Plus, we know that Caribou literally is talking to the Blackbeard pirates about ancient weapons. And surely the closest ancient weapon Blackbeard is to that's retrievable is Pluton. Therefore, we're going to Wano. We got my boy Brandon in the chat. Smokey said, yup, they're Oda Angeling. Ah, man, chat, you guys are Oda Angeling, bro. Really, bro? 54% of votes is a 10 out of 10. Chat. This chapter better be. Why though? Like that. Like if you think about it, it has to be. It has to be Oda Angeling. Either that, or they just love Robin so. They love Robin's new hair so much they're willing to give it a 10 out of 10. Which I doubt. All right. Finally at Elbaf, baby. We've been waiting for the Straw Hats. We've been waiting for Luffy and Usopp to reach Elbaf for what? 20 years in real life? 1,000 chapters. We waited 1,000 chapters for these moments. I knew this was Elbaf. We've wanted to come here for ages. Yeah, exactly my point. Chat, this is no game, bro. And I'm gonna stand on what I said, bro. I think when it comes to the One Piece community, everyone is sleeping on this arc. It's underhyped. No one cares anymore. People cared more about Elbaf before we got it than when we got it. Everything's so big. You don't say. Good for you now. I wonder if Usopp knows yet. Say, is there anything at the top of this tree? Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. G Oda, can you make it any more obvious? Can you make it any more obvious? Hey guys, hey One Piece fans, click my video. I think Oda foreshadowed something's at the top of the tree. Oh, who would have guessed? Chat, what do you think's at the top of the tree? What's at the top of the tree, guys? Is it going to be an ancient weapon somehow? Probably unlikely. Is it going to be a poneglyph? Probably likely. Is it going to be a certain person? What's the theories, guys? Because it's just, I mean, come on. Luffy saying, is there anything at the top of this tree? If you read One Piece and you pay attention and you use your things called eyeballs, it's pretty clear Oda's foreshadowing something's at the top of the tree. So chat, what's at the top of the tree? You know, I think the answer being a poneglyph is pretty cool. But at the same time, I almost want to put my chips on it being something else. Just because that Elbaf is going to be a parallel or an inversion to Ohara in many ways. And with Ohara, we know that they had the Tree of Knowledge, but they put the poneglyph under the tree rather than above the tree. So I guess it could be that... obviously they brought the Ohara books to Elbaf, and Oda wants to have like this parallel inversion. He wants to make like not foil characters, but I guess like foil islands of Ohara and Elbaf. And you know, for Ohara, he'll put the poneglyph under the tree, but then for Elbaf, he'll put the poneglyph above the tree. So it could be something like that, where there's still like not foil characters because they're not characters, but like foil arcs, foil islands, you know? It could be like that. But I mean, chat, do we agree though? Isn't it obvious that something's at the top of the tree? Just like, dude, it's supposed to be this massive, mystical, legendary tree. The Atom Tree that's been built up since post Enies Lobby. This magical, super important tree. Now that we get on Elbaf, hey, is there something on top of the tree? I think, chat, we could all agree something's up there, right? Elsa said, Morge feels like the tree could be the place everyone fought over for land in the Void Century. Maybe, but then then that begs the question, why go to Marie-Joie? Like, remember it said that in Wano, Marco and Whitebeard, we had that flashback during Wano where it said that the Celestial Dragons went above the red line to where Marie-Joie now stands to then battle and exterminate Lunarians. And then they claimed that land to make their holy land on some Balfour Declaration type beat. So like if they fought at the Atom Tree for land in the Void Century, why would they then go across the planet, you know? Because think about it, Elbaf is probably towards the end of the New World, so then that means Marie-Joie would literally be on the opposite side of the planet. And young, young Smokey with the 300. Chat, everyone stop what you're doing, bro. Everyone stop what you're doing. Get your meat out your hand. We need a W, Young Smokey. We need a 07. This man is a legend. Bro, Young Smokey, bro. He just never ceases to amaze me. That is just, bro, Young Smokey, that has to be your biggest singular super chat, bro. Thank you so much, man. I don't know what type of mentality you have to consistently do these things for such a long period of time. And you, bro, $300 in one super chat, bro. Words cannot describe how grateful I am for you, Young Smokey. Thank you so much, bro. 3 very important things happened 6 years ago prior to the story. 1, Shinx becomes a Yonko and possibly defeats Loki. 2, I believe that is when Lola rejected Loki, so Big Mom missed out on the giant army. And one more thing happened I can't remember 6 years ago is important to the story. Young Smokey, I mean, come on. It seems like Otis putting all these chess pieces on the board. Shinx becoming a Yonko. Loki being locked up. The failed marriage between Loki and Lola. If Loki wanted Lola and Big Mom wanted to tag team with the Giants, does that mean that Big Mom and Loki have a connection? Think about it, Smokey. Think about it. We know that Big Mom wanted a connection. She wanted a relationship with the Giants because Big Mom said that if she had the Giants on her side, it would be the strongest army in the world, right? So think about that. Lola, wait a minute. Lola is the daughter of Big Mom, which therefore is connected to Big Mom. There is a relationship there, okay? And then Lola, as a chess piece, was going to marry Loki, right? And what would Loki get out of marrying Lola? Nothing except for what? Love? Like to fuel his love plot line. But think about deeper implications. If Loki is this huge, big, strong, giant guy, and he was trying to marry Lola, is there a possibility that Loki and Big Mom have this secret connection? There's some secret relationship between them, and Loki and Big Mom decided, hey, we're gonna have Loki marry Lola. That way the Big Mom pirates intertwine with the Giants. Because he is the son, listen, he is the son of King Harold. Think about it. Loki is the son of King Harold. King Harold's most likely a giant, right? Why would he not be a giant unless Oda throws a curveball? Unlikely. But he himself is a giant. So maybe there was this marriage was being, maybe the marriage was being, what if the marriage was actually pushed by Big Mom and King Harold? Like, do we actually know firsthand that Loki wanted to marry Lola? Wait a minute. We only know from secondhand. We only know from what? Lola and Big Mom that Loki wanted to marry Lola. So how do we not know it's a certain situation where Loki, because his dad, King Harold and Big Mom, they were like, hey, we're going to have our children marry. That way we can have the most powerful army. King Harold and Big Mom, or at least mostly Big Mom. We're going to have our children get married together to form a powerful army. So King Harold said to his son, Loki, you are my son. I need you to marry Lola. Why Lola? Because she's the daughter of Big Mom. And Big Mom went to her daughter and she was like, Lola, I want you to marry Loki. Why? Because Loki is the son of the Elbaf King. The end goal for King Harold and Big Mom was to be would be to make a powerful giant army that Oda already foreshadowed. Think about it. Why else would Oda write in, yeah, my name is Big Mom, and I need you to know, I want you to know, are you listening? Are you paying attention to me? Yeah, I want you to know that if I had the giants, I would have the strongest army in the world. So then you have this character introduced named Loki trying to marry her daughter, and we find out that Loki is the son of the king. No, I think that's the reason for the marriage. Loki wasn't actually in love with Lola. He's not actually in love with Lola. There's no simp energy going on there. The whole reason for the marriage was to make Big Mom have the strongest army in the world. This was a planned marriage. This was a plotted marriage, bro. This was a plotted marriage. And Jordan, you make up a somewhat decent point that he gave her flowers, but of course he would do that because he's trying to cement the marriage, right? King Harold and Big Mom were pushing this agenda to have them get married so that she would have the strongest army in the world. So obviously, like, if they were going to get married, he's going to try to woo her over, he would give her flowers. And I think what it was Big Mom, Loki, and King Harold that were down with the plan, but Lola wasn't. I guarantee you that's what it was, bro. King Harold, Big Mom, and Loki were down to do the marriage so that they could make this super strong, powerful army. But then Lola was saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go marry someone I don't love just so you guys can have a strong army. That's what it is, chat. That's what it is, bro. I'll put all my money and chips on that. Big Mom, King Harold, and Loki wanted to create this marriage to therefore create this the strongest army in the world, but Lola wasn't willing to do that because she did not truly love Loki. Checkmate, atheists. Checkmate, Oda. And we got Young Smokey with the 50 bomb. Let's go. Thank you, King. Found the last important thing thanks to chat. Robin joins Crocodile. Oh, wait. So you're telling me Shanks became a Yonko, Loki got arrested, and Robin joins Crocodile all in the same year? Hey, I don't know, man. Something's going on. Oh, shit. Chat, what do you think, man? What do you guys think? So here's my thing, Smokey. I think Robin joining Crocodile, that might just be its own thing. But you're definitely on something where when Loki gets arrested 6 years ago, that just happens to be the same year that Shanks became emperor. I don't buy it. And think about it. Then Young Smokey, they also said that it took all of the giants on Elbaf to restrain Loki. You know what it probably is? You know what it probably is, bro? This is one of those Oda situations where Oda talks a little bit about a subject and he leaves one big detail out. He leaves one detail out, bro. So Oda's gonna tell you, yeah, it took all of the giant pirates, all of the warrior giants on Elbaf to restrain Loki, but I'm not gonna tell you how they actually needed Shanks at the end. I bet you it's a situation like that. He gives you like the groundwork, he gives you the framework, and then that one big twist, that one big puzzle piece, he saves towards the end. So it was probably a situation where all the warrior giants were trying to restrain Loki. They were not really able to do it. They were barely able to do it. Shanks showed up. He restrained him. And then that was the straw that broke the camel's back for Shanks to be an emperor. I don't think Shanks captured Loki, tied up Loki, boom, emperor. I don't think it's necessarily like that. I think it's more so a situation where it would be the straw that broke the camel's back. Because Shanks has all his territory, he has all his infamy, he's very powerful, he has a huge fleet, and he captured Loki. All right, yeah, just making him an emperor. It might be a situation like that. So it's a parallel to Wanji and Pudding's estranged marriage. Yes, Dawn of Ascension, the Queen of Queens. She's back at it again. Loki and Lola, their marriage is a parallel to Lanji and Pudding's estranged marriage. And to think about how brilliant that is, because that is some huge foreshadowing right there. We had an entire arc for that. We had an entire arc for that. He gets the letter, he leaves, goes to Whole Cake Island. He meets Pudding, gonna marry. Sanji and Pudding's estranged marriage is a parallel to Loki and Lola's estranged marriage, and the goal of Loki's marriage is simply to create the strongest giant army in the world, as stated by Big Mom and her crew. Chat, we got it, bro. Chat, we got it. That's what it is, bro. W's in chat if you're down, L's if you're a loser and you don't like the theory. Chat, this is what we cooked, and we're gonna stand on this. Watch. Well, let's read closely, because if this man Loki starts showing signs that he doesn't actually truly love Lola, that's just gonna add, bro. That's just gonna add on. I guarantee you, this man doesn't actually love her. He's not getting, he doesn't get excited when he sees her, because it's all for the giant warrior army, bro, that Big Mom wanted to make. The strongest country in the world and birthplace of war, huh? For real? Being on old man Dory and Broggy's ship earlier was crazy. It's the first time I saw a bunch of giants in one place. Hey, guess it makes sense that you guys would be the strongest. Or I guess Luffy said that. Guess it makes sense that you guys would be the strongest. Hey, listen when I'm talking to you. Bro, this is such like, this is just Luffy's personality, bro. Luffy's just like sitting there talking about all these things. You're like, hey. Luffy's like, yeah, and then I saw the pirates. Hey, you know, the giants are really cool. Hey, yeah, the giants at Elbaf. Hey, listen to me. Just like completely ignoring who he's talking to. Bro, Luffy, I don't know how Oda does it, man, but Luffy has like the perfect balance between like seriousness and comedy. Like, he's the perfect balance. Like, he gives you just enough comedy so you're not annoyed by it, annoyed by the tropes and stuff like that, but then enough seriousness for it to just be badass. Like, think about it. One of the best moments in the story is Usopp shoot that flag. That's a very serious moment. Hey, listen to when I'm talking to you. And then look, this is what I was talking about before, chat. Drum Island. Remember the wolves, bro? Drum Island impelled down the wolves. So you mean to tell me that Loki is in a prison? Prison labeled as the underworld? Just like Impel Down was a prison and underworld. They both have dogs. How far is Oda gonna take it? I'm the sun god from all the legends we pass down on this island. Don't speak unless I say so, human. Tell me, what do you think of my predicament? Okay, so he's just an NL. He's NL, but giant. Chat, he is NL, but giant. Chapter link? Here, I'll give you guys a chapter link. Even though one of Wascension posted it. What day is it? Was good, Eli. It is the 9th. It is Saturday. We are reacting late. Technically, the chapter dropped 8 hours ago, but we're here. Chat, so do we agree this guy is basically Loki, or not Loki 2.0, NL 2.0? He's NL 2.0. You could already see this god complex, this god mentality, right? Most likely has this god mentality because of a devil fruit. But wait a second. That's the same exact scenario that NL was in. God complex, this god mentality because of his devil fruit. And NL was one of the only people who had a devil fruit in Skypiea. I think there was the other people that had devil fruits, right? Like the one person that was like turning big with the balls or whatever. It was multiple people in Skypiea with a devil fruit, right? But NL was one of the only ones, and his devil fruit was the most OP. So this is a similar situation where I'm curious to see what his devil fruit is, but moreover, he has a devil fruit that's said to be a god. So it is NL 2.0. It's NL turned up. W parallel. Would Loki be Pudding and Sanji be Lola in that parallel? Yes. Yes. Loki would be Pudding, and Sanji would be Lola in that parallel. Yes, exactly. No, I think everyone uses dials. No, but remember the priest that worked for NL that like turned really big and he put like all the balls in the air? Was that not a devil fruit? Dude, see, like I don't even remember these people's names, chat. And I bet you guys don't remember either. Don't go on Google, don't go on the One Piece wiki. What are their names? What is the name of the character in Skypiea that was making all those little balls? Who is he even fighting? Luffy? Balls in the air. Pause. It looks like you got caught. How shrewd of you. Their intent wasn't to merely catch me, though. They wanted to sweep me under the rug. I've been praying for release ever since. Can you believe it's been 6 years? 6 years? I'm the pride of Elbaf's immense strength. But these chains are made of sea stone. I can't unleash my power. I'm bound here in Warland to Treasure Tree Atom. Man, guys, what are the theories, gang? Amoni was good, bro. Guys, what are the theories? What is his devil fruit? I remember many weeks ago, probably a month ago at this point, we were talking about how Loki probably has the rubber devil fruit. But I forgot where that conversation led to, and I think we decided against it. Does anyone remember that conversation? It was in one of the spoiler streams and probably a chapter reaction as well. We were talking about Loki's devil fruit, and we were having a conversation. What if Loki's fruit is the rubber, and then Luffy's obviously the sun god devil fruit? Does anyone remember what we led to? Because we were talking about it for a while, and I think we either we cemented it, like we truly believe it, he has the Gomu Gomu no Mi, or we were like, no, wait, that's impossible because of this. I don't remember. Does anyone else remember? 6 years is a short timeline for a giant. I mean, I guess, but imagine being chained up for 6 years. Would be dope if Oda trolls us and Loki have the resin fruit. I don't know, man. Maybe not. I see me. I don't know what the big appeal about the resin fruit is. Like, I get it. There's that one cover page with like the dripping resin, but like, I don't know. And don't people quote, I always see people quote, they're like, yeah, when Oda says that, or when Oda talks about his favorite moments in the story, he talks about like the resin from Shabandi arc. But like, I've never actually seen someone post citation for that. The only time I ever see that is people saying it. I've never seen someone post citation on that. He probably has a mythical Zoan, bro. Endgame One Piece is mythical Zoan territory. Loki has Yonko level bounty. Does he? What is the lowest Yonko bounty ever? Does anyone know off the top of their head? Or could Google? What is the lowest Yonko bounty ever? Skypiea and Drum Island had the worst secondary villains ever. You didn't like that chess guy? Blackbeard was 2.26. And then Loki is what? Was it 2.6? Yeah, 2.6. Damn, man. Why is it, chat? What do you think? Okay, chat, if you had to list one reason, give me the biggest reason, only one reason, the biggest reason as to why Loki's bounty is 2.6 million. What would you say? What is the one singular biggest factor as to why his bounty is 2.6 billion? Do you think it has to do with the devil fruit? Maybe what happened was they thought Loki had the sun god fruit. They gave him 2.6 billion. And then when Luffy did his stuff, they were like, oh no, wait, we're wrong. It's not Loki. It's Luffy, but we can't turn around and lower Loki's bounty. Jormungandr. Yeah, the Jormungandr devil fruit theory. I remember that. Maybe the Gorosei thought he had the actual Nika fruit. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It could be a scenario where they think Loki has the Nika fruit. But at the wait. Time out though. Why wouldn't they have killed him the past 6 years then? Surely the world government has the manpower to go to Elbaf and kill Loki. Unless there's some kind of deal. Maybe Shanks was like, all right, I'm going to, listen, world government, we're going to make a deal. Me and you, Shanks, world government. I'm going to chain up and imprison Loki so he doesn't cause destruction in the world. I'm going to do that for you, world government. But in return, do not kill Loki. Maybe there is some kind of deal between Shanks and world government. I don't know. Because that would make sense, right? Because they wouldn't want Loki to go out in the world with his sun god devil fruit and do things and cause problems. The world government wouldn't want that. But simultaneously, Shanks wouldn't want the dude with the sun god fruit to die. Because maybe he thinks that, well, no, it just wouldn't work then. I don't know. That's actually kind of weird because we know that Shanks stole the CP9 devil fruit. He had to have known it was the Nika because why? The crew doesn't use devil fruit, so why would he steal that fruit? I don't know, Chad. This is very strange. And the problem is that they know the sun god is rubber. What is going on with my LED, bro? Chat. Someone do me a favor, chat. What is the chapter when the it was the chapter on Egghead when the giants compared Joy Boy to Nika? Can anyone tell me what chapter that was? Because that's an important factor. Because if the giants and the people of Elbaf know that Nika is someone who stretches, he's made of rubber, then doesn't that tell you something about Loki's devil fruit? I mean, if he was Jormungandr the snake, I guess in a way he's like stretchy because he's like a snake. Chat, does anyone know the chapter? It was towards the end of Egghead when Luffy was talking with the giants and they said, oh, Joy Boy, he reminded us of Nika. It was something like that. Does anyone remember the chapter number? Because I honestly have no clue. And I want to bring that up because that's important to this arc. They were talking about Joy Boy. They basically compared Joy Boy to Nika. Man, okay, it's not 11:17. Chat, someone check 11:16. I really want to pull that up because then that's going to help narrow down. It's going to help narrow down what Loki's devil fruit is. Because if they know that Nika is rubbery and stretchy and he thinks he's the sun god, then doesn't that tell you that his fruit is rubbery and stretchy? It's probably 11:16 and before. It's going to be 11:16 and before. That's what it's going to be, bro. It has to be 11:16 and prior. Let's check 11:16, chat. Maybe 11:15, 11:14. And I'm surprised, like, no one ever, I haven't seen anyone talk about this. I don't ever see anyone talk about how they compared Joy Boy to Nika, therefore proving that they know that Nika and Joy Boy is made of rubber. He's supposed to stretch. Moreover, Nika is a predecessor to Joy Boy. It's probably 11:15. 11:11? Let me check 11:11. Shanks was definitely the one who defeated Loki. Yeah, and doesn't that play into how he doesn't like Shanks? Okay, right here. Luffy shows up. I can't believe it's been 2 years, okay? Luffy is in his Gear 5 Nika mode, okay? Good to see you again, Giants, and you, Straw Hat. I almost didn't recognize you. Ga ba 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 ba. How do you know that the form of that God spoken of in Elbaf? Your outfit, it pleases us greatly. It might not be this one. He said if you see Luffy. Okay, I don't think it's this one. 11:14? Thank you, chat. Thank you, Mooney. Yeah, I think it's a Mooney that said that. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Mooney. Exactly my point. So they're talking about Joy Boy. Joy Boy was born into a kingdom with an impossibly advanced civilization 900 years ago, like the sun god Nika spoken of Elbaf. See the important wording there? This is exactly why people need to read the officials. Bro, I get it. I understand, chat. I understand. We read the TCB and we're like, I don't know if I want to read the officials. I don't know if I want to read the Viz. I already read the chapter. I get it. But there's countless times, bro, I can't tell you how many times where I read the officials and I'm like, wait a minute, the officials add way more context than the fan translations. Because that's what TCB is. It's fan translations. But listen, they're talking about Joy Boy. Then they say specifically, like the sun god Nika. So then why are they comparing Joy Boy to Nika? The only thing that you could say is because Nika is a predecessor to Joy Boy. Like the sun god Nika spoken of in Elbaf legend, he fought with a body that stretched and contracted. So this means that the giants of Elbaf know that Nika stretches. Do you see the important context here, chat? Like the sun god Nika spoken of in Elbaf legend, he fought with a body that stretched and contracted. So they know that Nika stretches and contracts. So if Loki believes that he is the sun god and he has a devil fruit that he killed King Harold for, doesn't that tell you that Loki's power lets him stretch and contract? Do you see the logic here, chat? Because if his body can't stretch and contract, why would he say that he's the sun god? I highly doubt that Loki doesn't know Nika stretches and contracts. I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure all of Elbaf worship the sun god. They worship the sun god. They know his form. They know he stretches and contracts. We also know in Little Garden, the Little Garden arc, they said specifically that when they have a problem, they consult with the sun god. They worship him. They live in a chat, what do you call it when the government is ruled by a god? I forgot that type of government. Theocracy. They live in a theocracy. Their ruler is God, sun god. They know the sun god. They know he stretches and contracts. So what we can say, chat, is that Loki's devil fruit will stretch and contract. Loki's devil fruit will stretch and contract. And it's highly possible that maybe he has the original gum fruit. You know what they probably did? You know what they probably did, bro? They wanted to rename the sun god Nika fruit. This is what they did, bro. Chat, I got it, chat. I got it. The reason why they named the Nika fruit, they renamed it to Gomu Gomu no Mi, is because there already is a Gomu Gomu no Mi. And devil fruits are very rare. Right? In the beginning of the story, we're told that devil fruits are very rarely founded. They're very scarce. So the world government was like, well, think about it. The Nika fruit stretches like rubber. It's like a body like rubber. There's already a Gomu Gomu no Mi. So why don't we just call it the Gomu Gomu no Mi? Let's just rename it. Let's rename it to a fruit that already exists. That's the best way to hide the Nika fruit. To hide the Nika fruit's existence, just call it a fruit that already exists. There's no such thing as a Gomu Gomu no Mi. The Vegapunk already said so. Oh, damn, I think you're right, actually. What chapter did he say that in? Remind me. I think you're right, actually, Joe. What chapter did he say that in? So we could go look at that. But that still doesn't negate, and I don't think you're trying to, but that still doesn't negate the idea that Loki must stretch and contract. Because why else would he think that he's the sun god based off his devil fruit? Young Smokey with the 20 bomb. Young Smokey says, I have a feeling that Luffy is going to repair the relationship between Hiruden and Loki. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good take, Smokey. Because we already, at the beginning of the arc, we're already getting presented with this fallout between Loki and Hiruden. And we know that Luffy brings liberation. Luffy brings love. Luffy repairs relationships. We see this all throughout the story. Luffy's like a liberator. He frees you. When you have problems with another person, the true way to liberation is removing the hate, removing the cycle. And that's why the Bible is so beautiful. That's why Jesus is so magnificent, because nobody during Jesus's time told you to love. Not only you have been told to love your neighbor, but I tell you to love your enemy. Who else was saying that in 30 AD, 20 AD? Nobody was saying that. So, with that being said, um, Luffy takes a lot of aspects from Jesus. And Luffy's a liberator. Luffy brings freedom to people. He breaks people out of their bondage. These guys hating each other, Loki and Hyruden, they're in bondage, bro. They're enslaved. They're imprisoned. Loki is physically imprisoned with chains, but he's spiritually and mentally and emotionally imprisoned by this hatred and this fallout he has with Hyruden. Thank you for that super chat, Young Smokey. I 100% agree with you. We will see that by the end of the arc. And chat, let's go to chapter 1069. Let's go to chapter 1069 because apparently, yeah, shout out to Jody List, guys. Shout out to Joe D List. You hear me, chat? Shout out to Joe D List in the chat. Big salute, guys. I want you to drop an 07. I'll do it with you. Guys, drop a salute in chat for Joe D List for pointing out this very important detail. Even in the oldest books of devil fruits, there is no such thing as a gum fruit. You understand, chat? So I'm just trying to think about it in my head, though. Because is it still possible, though? Like, that he has... So I think it still could... And I'm not coping. I'm just trying to figure out an answer. I don't care what the answer is. I'm just trying to figure out what the answer is. It could be possible that even though they never list a gum fruit, Loki still has the gum fruit. You get what I'm saying, chat? I think this panel, though, probably leans towards him not having the gum fruit. But if you think about it, does it like prove that he doesn't have the gum fruit? You get what I'm saying? Like, just because the book, which is propaganda, it's like left media, it's like leftist media, it's left-wing media, MSM, subversion. Just because the book, even in the oldest books, there is no gum fruit, does that mean there isn't? Like, how do we not know that there is a gum fruit and they didn't put it in the book? Because think about it that way. If there is a Nika devil fruit and a gum devil fruit, and we know that Nika is basically gum, he's rubber, then why would you put the gum fruit in the devil fruit book? Wouldn't you want to hide it? You get what I'm saying? Why would you put the gum fruit in the book if you knew that Nika's devil fruit relates to gum? I don't know. I think I might still lean towards probably not. I feel like the reason why Oda would do this is obviously to show that they're using propaganda regarding the Nika fruit, propaganda regarding the gum fruit. So he probably is the secondary to that. He'd probably be wanting to point us towards the idea that Loki doesn't have the gum fruit, but whatever fruit he has makes him stretch and contract. It's probably a scenario like that, guys. Loki probably doesn't have the gum fruit, but whatever his devil fruit does allows him to stretch and contract. Otherwise, why does he think he's the sun god based off of the legend, based off of him having this devil fruit? And guys, shout out to Het. Het makes a good point in chat. If the gum fruit was in Elbaf for centuries, it was not listed in the encyclopedia because no one knew about it. Guys, is that a good point? I think that's a good point. If, let's say, again, Luffy doesn't have the gum fruit, he has the Nika fruit, okay? And if Loki has the gum fruit, and the gum fruit has been in Elbaf for centuries, they've been passing the gum fruit down for centuries, right? Remember Loki said, I'm the legend they spoke about for centuries? King Harold had the devil fruit. They probably passed it down. Think about Fishman Island, guys. Remember the Tamate Bako box? Do you remember the Tamate Bako box in Fishman Island? They passed that box and the pills down from century to century. They kept passing it down. So maybe the devil fruit that was in King Harold's possession was passed down from century to century. They thought it was the Nika fruit, but it wasn't. It was the gum fruit. And the reason why the gum fruit was never in the encyclopedia is because it was in Elbaf the whole time. So then you could look back in chapter 1069, and then you could look at what Vegapunk says, how in the oldest devil fruit books there is no gum fruit. Well, there was no gum fruit listed in the books because no one ate it. It was in Elbaf the whole time. Think about what Ivankov said. Remember what Ivankov was telling Dragon? How do they know that the Ope Ope no Mi grants immortality? How do they know that? They put that in the book. We know that. Well, how do they know that? Because someone had to have used it. Emu used it. So you can, it's a similar situation. If the gum gum fruit was inside of Elbaf being passed down generation to generation, how would they put it in the books? Especially no one's eating it. They're just passing it down. So I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? I think it's possible. I think it's possible that Loki has the gum gum fruit and it's not in the books because they were passing it down through Elbaf or in Elbaf from generation to generation. I feel like there is no unknown devil fruit in the One Piece world, only those that are renamed. So if it's not in the devil fruit book, it's not in circulation and doesn't exist. You would have to explain how. How does the book have every single devil fruit? How? Because devil fruits are rare. That would have to mean that the origin of devil fruits is the same origin of the oldest devil fruit book. You get it? Like, let's say, I'll give you a scenario. Let's say it was a certain man or a certain group of people that created devil fruits. While they were creating devil fruits, they also had a book to write them down. That's one way that you could have a scenario where every devil fruit that existed is written down. But do we know that scenario to be true? No, we don't know that scenario to be true. So, guys, I want to see your answer with a yes or no in the chat, guys. Do you believe that the devil fruits, the oldest devil fruit books, that they know and they wrote down every single devil fruit? I want to see what you guys have to say. Comment yes or no. Do you believe that the oldest devil fruit books wrote down every single devil fruit, that they knew every single devil fruit? All of them. Every single one. Because I mean, like, when I think about it, the only way that would work is if the people, assuming that there was people that made devil fruits, we don't even know if humans made devil fruits or people, we don't know that. But the only way that in my head it would work is if people were making devil fruits, and while they were making them, they were also writing them down. But we don't know if that scenario is true. We don't know where devil fruits come from. So we got a no, we got a no, we got a yes, yes. We got a yes, yes, no, no. Yes, otherwise Oda want to name them in the SBS. But wait, Jordan, you got to break that down for me. What does that mean, though? You're saying yes, they knew every devil fruit? And then you said otherwise Oda want to name them? What does that mean, though? Like, wouldn't Oda, the author, know every fruit? The people of the world have encyclopedias for them. They read for fun. Yeah, but again, just because their encyclopedias have a bunch of devil fruits, does that mean that they know every single one, all of them, 100%? And if the answer is no, then the scenario is open for Loki. The reason why he has the Gum Gum devil fruit is because the Gum Gum devil fruit never left Elbaf. For the past 1,000 years, it's been in Elbaf. It's been passed down generation to generation. Didn't he say that last chapter, guys? Was it last chapter? Where he said that I am the sun god that... Yeah, or it says it right here. I am the sun god from all the legends we pass down. So did they pass the Gum Gum fruit down? Just like how at Fisherman Island, they passed down the Tamate Bako box from generation to generation? Just Oda, but you're right. Vegapunk said the Nika fruit wasn't in the encyclopedia. Yeah, so that's the important wording. That's the important wording here, and it's tricky. Chat, don't get me wrong, man. This is tricky because this could be a way of Oda saying, hey, Loki doesn't have the Gum Gum fruit. There's no such thing. Hey, readers, there's no such thing. It could be very straightforward. Occam's razor. Or there's a twist to it. Yeah, the reason why there is no Gum Gum fruit in the Devil Fruit book is because they were passing the fruit down for the past 1,000 years in Elbaf. It's very tricky, guys. It's very tricky. There's no way they know all of them because Oda could just invent a new one at will. It just means that it's common knowledge for those interested, not hidden history. No, and if so, someone created devil fruits? You think Ancient Kingdom made devil fruits? The world knows about the legends of giants. That's not secret either. Maybe he has some mythical fruit which also allows some stretchy powers. Yeah, exactly. That's possible. We were just speaking on that. You know, we just have to be, we have to, this is why making theories and making a proper conclusion is so difficult sometimes. But because you have to take all of these factors into account. You can't leave out one detail. If your goal is to make an accurate theory and your goal is to make a theory that is correct, you have to take all of these things into account. So, you know, you have to think like, just because they know and Loki knows that the sun god stretches and contracts, that does not necessarily mean that he has the rubber fruit, because there could be a different devil fruit that allows him to stretch and contract. Maybe like the Jormungandr. If he has the Jormungandr world serpent devil fruit, which is already named in One Piece, which exists in Norse mythology, maybe that fruit lets you stretch and contract because you're like this big world serpent. So was the Nika fruit in the books? No, they weren't. It wasn't in the books. Nika fruit was not in the books. Neither was the Gum Gum fruit. All right, guys, let's continue with the chapter. It looks like you got caught. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we were here. Loki says, I have a proposal for you, Loppy. Luffy, you want to make a deal, Luffy? You're a pirate, right? I want to undo my chains by dawn. In return, I'll wipe out any pirate crew you want. I'll make sure not to leave a trace. Sounds good, right? The key is somewhere in the village. Guys, this is literally like a side quest, bro. This is just a Legend of Zelda side quest. I need you to go find the key. Bring the key, unlock the chains. Elden Ring side quest. I can't force you myself, but... I almost forgot to say, this is the realm of the dead. You see, the lowest layer of Elbaf. It's a place no one dares to approach. All right, we got Luffy. Luffy's ready. Luffy got that hockey on standby. Criminals and the condemned are dropped down here. It's a prison and execution ground. If you dig up the snow around here, you'll find the bones of countless humans and giants. We got giants breaking the trees. Is he gonna eat a tree? No, he crushes the tree. These things have lived on this mountain for thousands of years. In our legends, they also call this the first world. Ooh. The first world. What does that mean? Ooh, chat. This is building up to something. The first world. Does that have deeper implications in One Piece? Was Elbaf like the first world, where the humans originated? Is that where devil fruits came from, or is it going to be geared more towards Elbaf's origin, Elbaf's roots, the roots of Elbaf being in the first world? Guys, that could have deeper implications. First world. That could apply to the overall idea of Elbaf rather than geared towards Elbaf and Elbaf only. The first world. Different realms. Hey, I mean, think about it. The tree of Yggdrasil in Norse mythology has different worlds. It has different realms. Guys, how many realms are in the tree of Yggdrasil in real life, Norse mythology? Isn't it like 9 worlds, 9 realms? Well, this is the first one. So are they at the bottom? Because he's saying that they're at the bottom, right? Criminals and the condemned are dropped down here. So they're at the bottom. This is the realm of the dead. You see, the lowest layer of Elbaf. So yeah, Oda's going for it then, chat. Oda's going for it. See, Confirmed One Piece theory. This is a confirmed theory. We said before Elbaf ever started that Elbaf was going to have the Tree of Yggdrasil from Norse mythology. Not only that, we pointed out how in Norse mythology, there's different realms, or worlds and realms to the Yggdrasil tree. And then Oda took that and he applied it to One Piece. Because Oda said, this is the realm of the dead, the lowest layer of Elbaf. This is the first world. So Oda is going with the Tree of Yggdrasil. Oda is going with several realms and worlds of Yggdrasil. Guys, what's the top realm? What's the highest realm of Yggdrasil? Because if Luffy says, is there something at the top? What's at the top of Tree of Yggdrasil? What's the highest one? Because I know off the top of my head, I did a video about this 2-3 years ago, where the Tree of Yggdrasil has an eagle on top of it that is labeled as the Sky God. So maybe that has something to do with Uranus. Uranus is related to it somehow. Maybe Uranus originated from the Tree of Yggdrasil. Then the world government showed up at some point, grabbed Yggdrasil or grabbed Uranus and left. It could be a situation like that. Maybe it's something slightly different. Asgard. Okay, so what's important about Asgard? Because we have to talk about it. If clearly, they're talking about how Yggdrasil has multiple worlds and realms, and they're on the first one, they're on the bottom one. And earlier in this chapter, Luffy literally asked, "What's at the top?" I wonder if Usopp knows yet. Say, is there anything atop this tree? Then what is the highest realm of Yggdrasil, and what does that mean for the story? So if the highest realm of Yggdrasil is Asgard, well, what does that mean? Like, you get my question, chat? Like, if you told me the highest realm is Asgard, my question is like, okay, well, what is Asgard? What lives there? What kind of items are there? Are there weapons in Asgard? Are there certain people in Asgard? Is there certain conditions in Asgard? Is there certain hazards in Asgard? Zedeko, what's good, bro? Asgard is the highest realm of the gods, right? Shout out to Young Smokey for the 10. Thank you, King. Young Smokey, I'll throw this back at you. You're telling me that that Asgard is the highest realm of the gods, right? The highest realm of the gods. What if the top of Treasure Tree Adam, the top of this legendary tree, is the origin of devil fruits? And that's why Elbaf is a war zone. That's why Treasure Tree Adam is war land. Because people went to war over this tree for devil fruits. And this tree, not only does it create devil fruits, and it's such an important magical tree because it creates devil fruits, but then the wood is super strong. It's super powerful. Don't you think if One Piece had a tree that created devil fruits, which is very straightforward, oh gee, you mean to tell me that there's a tree that creates fruits? Oh wow, I never thought about that. Treasure Tree Adam is a war zone. It's a war land because that tree creates devil fruits. And that tree, since it's so powerful, it's so legendary, it's so mythical to create devil fruits, of course the wood of the tree can be used to make strong ships. Remember post Eni's lobby? Frankie said that they used Treasure Tree Adam wood to make the Thousand Sunny. So don't you think that if there was a tree in One Piece that created devil fruits, the wood would be strong and powerful? Obviously it would, because no pun intended, obviously it would. Get it, chat? Obviously, if there's a tree in One Piece that creates devil fruits, the wood would be powerful too. The wood would be special. The whole tree is special. It creates devil fruits. So maybe that's why they call the Treasure Tree Adam Warland. Maybe that's why Elbaf is a war zone, because it creates devil fruits, because the tree is magical, the wood is powerful. What do you guys think, chat? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, Young Smokey? All right, guys, we're gonna have different lighting. My LED's tripping out. Young Smokey with the 20 bomb. Young Smokey just going crazy today, guys. Dropped a $300 super chat, a $50 super chat, a $10 super chat, a $20 super. Young Smokey, thank you so much, King. Thank you, bro. Young Smokey says, so you're saying that the devil fruits fell from the heavens, aka Asgard / Valhalla, as the final resting place for warriors. I would have thought that's where the giant royals lived either way. Keep cooking, I see the vision. Yeah, like, think about it this way, right? If Treasure Tree Adam was a legendary tree, obviously the wood would be powerful. Moreover, it creates devil fruits. So it's a legendary tree. The wood is strong. It creates devil fruits. Well, someone has to guard the devil fruits, right? Someone has to guard the devil fruits. Someone has to guard the tree. Someone has to live on the top of the tree where devil fruits come from. Wouldn't it be the gods? Someone, if Elbaf is a civilization, if it is a landmark, if it is a land, if it's an island with powerful people, and there's a tree there that creates devil fruits, someone has to guard the tree. Someone has to own the tree. Someone has to protect the tree. So if the gods are at the top, Asgard, the land of the gods, is at the top, where the devil fruits come from, it makes sense to me that they would designate the strongest people to the top of the tree. We need the strongest people on top of the tree where the fruits come from. We need the gods on the top of the tree where the fruits come from. What do you think, Young Smokey? What do you think, chat? What do you think? All right, guys, let's continue. And this world of the dead belongs to the sun, you foolish human. I don't know what brought you to this forsaken mountain, but you should watch your step around these beasts. They often come up here to see their master. It's because I befriended them when I was a kid. Okay, so Loki befriended these guys. He is their master. Hey guys, and just like what we were saying in the long summary spoiler stream, if we did not see the monster forms of the Gorsei in Elbaf, and we all are in Egghead, and we only saw their silhouettes, I bet you that One Piece fans would look at this, they would look at this page, and all One Piece fans would say, this is foreshadowing the Gorsei's monster forms. That's what One Piece fans would say, bro. Come on, you guys know how OP fans are. If we only had the silhouettes of the Gorsei and we never saw their full monster form, we would all look at this page and we would all believe that this is foreshadowing the Gorsei's monster forms. Cap or facts, chat? Cap or facts? You know it, bro. You'd be scrolling on Instagram and you'd see those One Piece accounts that post those theories. And they would all be posting, this is Oda foreshadowing the Gorsei's forms. We got a polar bear. We got some kind of gorilla. We have a fox. That fox looks sick, bro. Dude, is that fire? Is that fire coming out of the fox? Or is that just hair? Dude, that looks like fire. It looks like white flames. We got a snake. We got like some kind of elephant mammoth. Damn. Young Smokey said, I believe Loki animal friends used to live at the top of the Adam tree. I believe the beast Loki is talking about we're at the top of the tree with a god. Probably the giants Nika lived at top. Yeah, Nika probably lived at the top of the tree. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the sun would be towards the sky. And then as you said, I was going to call you Loki. As you said, Smokey, the top of the tree, Asgard, would be the land of the gods. Sun god Nika. So yeah, it makes perfect sense that Nika would live on top of the tree. Nika in the far distant past lived at the top of the treasure tree Adam, and when Joy Boy later on showed up on Elbaf, they looked at Joy Boy and they said wait a minute, you have the same form, you have the same appearance, you have the same powers as Nika. You remind us of Nika because Nika used to live here and he used to live at the top of the tree. And Joy Boy reminds them of Nika because Nika is a precursor to Joy Boy. He's a predecessor of Joy Boy. Mario, what's good, bro? God Valley contest, even more hype now if it's true that devil fruits are made at top of the tree. Wait. Jin, break that down for me. God Valley contest, even more hype now if it's true that the devil fruits are made atop the tree. I remember the devil fruit contest at God Valley, but like, how does that connect to the tree? You're probably saying something so obvious that like I'm overlooking. The devil fruit contest in God Valley, they were doing the hunting contest, um, hunting down civilians on some IDF type beat, Palestine. Because you know Israel's going after Palestine because the land there is so rich in oil. They also want to make it's rich in oil. It's good for resources. They want to commercialize the certain districts as well. Turn it into like a Dubai, a Jewish Dubai. Was there a treasure tree on God Valley? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They remember in the God Valley flashback, they said that the whole reason why the world government went after God Valley is not because it was called God Valley. They went after it because it was rich in resources. So there's still a chance that Oda didn't reveal it, and God Valley is Emerald City. It was rich in emeralds. So the world government knew that, and they're like, okay, let's go send people there. We need to go do an ethnic cleansing and go grab those resources. What are those resources, though? It's probably emeralds. It's possible that God Valley's still the Emerald City, and Oda just didn't reveal it as of yet. Joanna says, fake gods, aka the celestial dragons, fighting for the fruits of the gods. Yeah, they're wannabe gods, you know? Like, these are the kinds of people that say, we are the chosen people. We're the chosen people by God. We're the gods. You bow down to us. We are the gods of the world. We are God's chosen people. We are the children of God. We're going to go do an ethnic cleansing. We're going to go make our own holy land. We're going to own the governments around the world. One world government. They had gotten too close, or they had to get those top devil from Elbaf. They had to get those top devil from Elbaf. You mean devil fruits? Maybe the world government were collecting devil fruits on various islands. Maybe. I don't know. Because, I don't know. Because didn't they brought, wait. If you're talking about in the context of God Valley, they brought devil fruits to God Valley. That's like the opposite. Remember, they went to God Valley, they brought treasure chests filled with devil fruits. Then they had the contest, the hunting contest, and they were giving away devil fruits. That's kind of like the opposite. Which, I mean, technically they could. They could have went to God Valley to collect devil fruits, and then they brought some to motivate people. But I don't know. Young Smokey said, this blunt got me thinking. They had their hands on some OP fruits. You know what's crazy to me when it comes to claiming that a certain race is the children of God? Aren't we all supposed to be children of God? Shouldn't all of us be God's chosen people? Exactly. Men and women are made in the image of God. We all have innate value. Therefore, don't push racism. There's a difference between rebuking your neighbor. There's a difference between rebuking your brothers and sisters, right? The Bible calls for that. Rebuke your brothers and sisters. When Galatians chapter 6 verses 1 through 2. And I say to you, brothers and sisters, when your brother or sister is caught in a sin, rebuke them, correct them, for you love them. But be careful, for you may be caught in that sin too. Correct people with gentleness as much as you can, because you do that with love. Right? If you were raising a child, right? And if you were raising your kid, your own baby, you're going to let your child walk, right? Correct, chat? If you had a kid, and maybe there's some parents in the chat right now that can attest to this. You have a baby, at some point you have to let their hand go. You let go of their hand so they can learn how to walk. But if your baby's walking and he's about to walk into a knife or walk into oncoming traffic, you grab their hand. You grab their hand and you reprove them. You rebuke them. Don't walk in traffic. This isn't out of control. This isn't out of judgment. This is out of love. Because I love you, I'm going to rebuke your sins. I'm going to rebuke your wrongdoings. I'm going to reprove you. I'm giving you reproof because I don't want you to suffer. So that's what it needs to be based off of. And like, you know, this world created this idea where it's like, no, my certain group of people, we're God's chosen people because we got the DNA to prove it. We got this and that to prove it. You can't judge us. You can't be judgmental. then you just create a world of turmoil. Imagine this world keeps propagating this idea where like you could do the most evil, wicked, satanic things and no one could say anything, because the moment they say something and they try to correct you, that's not correction, it's judgment. Imagine that world, chat. No, we need gentle rebuking. We need reproof out of love. So, you know, we're all made in the image of God. We're all made to be loved, respected, and cherished. We all have innate value, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, whether you're a fetus, whether you're 30 years old. And, you know, people are caught up in these worldly, fleshly things. For a lot of people, it's just worldly desires. It's just, they are of the world. See, chat, do you want to live a better, more righteous life? Don't be of the world, chat. Be of the spirit. We are not of this world. We are of the kingdom of heaven. When Jesus was talking about a kingdom, he wasn't talking about the kingdom of America. Are you going to vote blue or are you going to go vote red? Put your whole life into that. The kingdom of America. Jesus did not walk around with an American flag with guns, an AK, an assault rifle, and a beer. He was talking about the king of heaven that lasts eternally. So, anyways, went far off topic. You're very right, Young Smokey. Jin says the treasure crates, they were made in from Adam wood too. You're talking about the treasure chests. The treasure chests in God Valley that had the devil fruits. You think those chests were made out of God Valley wood or Adam tree wood? Is that what you're saying? Doflamingo didn't have one before he was a pirate. Are you talking about his devil fruit? He didn't have a devil fruit? The villains in here did nothing wrong. Yo, door handle, you are a Blackbeard fan, so of course you would say something like that. Joanna says, ironic because they end up feeding the devil fruits to their slaves for their own entertainment. Yeah, isn't that what like they kind of did to Boa Hancock? They fed Boa Hancock a devil fruit. I think the deeper implications, chat, as to why they gave Boa Hancock that devil fruit is because someone got turned into stone and they gave the devil fruit to a little girl that they could control, overpower, and manipulate to remove the stone from the person that got turned into stone. Because those celestial dragons, they probably have limited knowledge. They probably don't understand the full deeper implications to what's Boa's fruit called again? I don't remember what it's called. Snake fruit. Yeah, that's probably why they gave her the fruit. Someone over there in Marijwa is made of stone, and they were hoping like, hey, maybe the devil fruit can remove the stone from this person. Maybe they could do it. Let's give it to a child, because with a child, they're scared of us, they're weak, they're fragile. Give it to a child, give it to Boa Hancock. We're older than her, we're taller, we're stronger. We're gonna force her to remove the stone, but it didn't work probably. Love no me. Thank you, Kunio. They gave a sexy fruit to an 8-year-old that's not deep, it's just sick. Love fruit. Yeah, but I understand all that, and that's wild. That's literally some Mossad type beat. Epstein blackmail type beat. Epstein list, Diddy list type beat. But I'm trying to go beyond that though. Like there's a possibility that someone was made or turned to stone in Marijwa, and they gave this fruit to Boa because maybe they know that her fruit turns people to stone. So they were thinking, well, maybe she could remove the stone. It could be something like that rather than like a shallow, like, oh, give the little love fruit to a girl. Like, it doesn't have to be that shallow. Moreover, do you guys remember when we were at the Reverie in chapter 90? Well, it was right before the Reverie. It was like chapter like 903, 904. You guys remember when Shirahoshi was going up the steps to reach Marijwa before they saw the artificial trees? Do you guys remember on that huge staircase, there was big pillars of statues? What if those were actual people that got turned to stone? Who remembers what I'm talking about? When Shirahoshi was going up with Neptune, they were going up that really big staircase, and on the left and on the right, there were statues of humans. What if those people were turned to stone? We are all children of God, but sadly, there's many that wants to roleplay being special when they are actually roleplaying as villain. Yeah, true. See, you know what the thing is? That's the beauty of Jesus, because we are all the children of God, especially if you embrace Jesus. You don't have to be from a certain place. You don't have to be of a certain tribe. Like, you if you embrace God, obviously you're going to be a child of God, bro. He loves you. You embrace God. And anyone could do it. There is neither Gentile nor Jew, neither slave nor free, man or woman, bro. Embrace Jesus. We don't have to play these semantics of the tribes. Like, people will tell you, oh, we was Jacob and shit. We was Jacob and shit. We was Jacob and shit. No, you were Christ killers and shit. You were Molech supporters and sacrificers and shit. That's what you are. You're Revelations chapter 3 verse 9 2 verse 9 and shit. That's what you are. Corn creators and shit. That's what you are. Mass immigration causing turmoil and shit. That's what you are. See, when you live outside of the filth, the degeneracy, the sin, you embrace God, bro. You know, when you have a pure heart, the Bible says the more pure your heart is, the more connected to angels you'll be. Get rid of the sin, chat. Get rid of all the sin in the world. This world wants you to live in sin. They want you to live in your flesh. Don't live in your flesh. Live in the spirit, chat. We got Young Smokey with a 20 bomb. Thank you, bro. Again, just going crazy. Fun fact, remember when Blackbeard attacked Boa, she has one of the special fruits where if the previous user turns people to stone, if she dies, the next user can't undo it. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was getting at, basically. There's a possibility that the world government or the celestial dragons that were manipulating Boa, they didn't know that. There's a possibility they didn't know that, right? And Blackbeard knows that. You get what I'm saying? And then obviously, like, we had people in the chat saying the more shallow implications where they used Boa. That was very clear what they did to Boa. Yes, I get that. But like, there's a huge possibility that what's the word? That there's deeper implications. It doesn't have to only be that shallow. And I'm telling you, that's literally some Mossad type of activities. Mossad, blackmail. But yeah, there's a possibility, Smokey, that they didn't know Boa can't undo it. Or how do we? What about this? Maybe they used Boa to remove the stone from someone, and Boa couldn't do it, and that's how the world learned that. Because someone was turned to stone with a devil fruit, the person with the fruit died. Boa grabbed the fruit eventually because of the Celestials. The Celestials are like, okay, Boa, use your fruit and remove the stone from this person. Boa couldn't do it, and now the world knows that that you need the previous user to remove someone from stone. It's because of the Boa situation as a kid that they learned future users can't remove people from stone. That could be why they know that. Shout out to Young Smokey. All right, guys, let's continue. Luffy says, wow, this shirt is nostalgic. Now, if you cross me, these guys won't take that lightly. The same fate is in store for any puny human who dares to defy Elbaf. Your only salvation from being devoured is to dress yourself in putrid-smelling clothes, to live and serve as a walking corpse. Master, that's a little harsh. Who is this guy? Is it okay we let him get torn apart? Does he have anything good on him? Yo, these guys remind me of Celestials. Or they remind me of CP0. Are they wearing masks? Dude, they look like plague doctors. Wait a minute. Guys, are they wearing plague doctor clothes? And almost that might be the collar, but it almost looks like the beak. And you know the little mask with the beak that the plague doctors wear? Got the robe. Yo, they're on their CP0 type beat. Also, we apologize for fainting earlier. None of us expected him to show up. That Emperor Red Hair Shanks. Huh? What did you say? What? Shanks? Yes, but this can't be. Yeah, look, bro, are they happy? Are they happy because... Wait, are they happy because Luffy's happy? Or are they happy because they heard the name Shanks? Look, they're all happy. There's hearts coming out of them. Yo, what's good, Void? Luffy got rid of the beast in one panel. Yeah, he did, in one panel. Bro, Luffy's king of the beast because he's king of the Zoans, man. Luffy rizzed them up. Yo, come on, man. Look at these beasts. They love Shanks, bro. They love Shanks. They love Luffy. How can he have tamed the mountain beasts? What? Who the hell is this little guy? Shanks came here? You know him? Did he come? We're talking about that coward of a pirate, right? Oh, Luffy. Ooh, Luffy's about that action, bro. Luffy, bro, within one panel. Bro, within one panel, Luffy's gear 4 with a punch. within one panel, he's now gear 4th with a punch ready. Yo, Luffy loves his king, bro. Luffy loves his mentor. Luffy loves Shanks. Yo, this is literally like, dude, if you showed someone this panel out of context with Luffy in gear 4 ready to punch, you would think this is the Katakuri fight. Boom. Wah. Yeah, Lord Loki. Wait, hold your horses. I was just kidding. Yeah, you better be kidding, boy. You don't disrespect red hair like that. You don't disrespect Shanks. Shanks. That's not something to joke about. Yeah, don't play with Luffy, bro. Don't play with Luffy. Don't play with Shanks like that. I can't even move right now. This guy, if he gets one of these shackles off, I'm gonna give him a quick death. I don't care if you can't move. Don't piss me off. Next time you say something like that, I'll bury you in that tree. Ooh, Luffy. Yo, Luffy is not playing, bro. Hey guys, who do you have, Kaido or Loki? If you got Kaido over if you have Luffy over, or if you have Loki over, who do you guys have, Kaido or Loki? If you have Kaido over Loki, Luffy beats Loki. And don't give me this, oh, but Luffy had help. Bro, this man Zoro cut and scarred Kaido. Kaido didn't refer to the scar the whole rest of the fight. You mean to tell me that these scabbards really put in significant damage on Kaido? Bro, come on. Come on, let's be serious, bro. Kaido is damn near full strength. When Kaido went into Flame Bagua, he's using all of his power for that attack. Remember Flame Bagua? That is 99% Kaido attack power. And yet Luffy overpowered it with Bajrang Gun. If you have Kaido over Loki, then you have Luffy over Loki. Come on, chat. Don't give me some BS. I got Kaido over Loki, so therefore I have Luffy over Loki. Kaido over Loki for now. Kaido until Loki picks up an island. Kaido picked up an island. Remember, he was carrying around Onigashima while he was fighting. This man Kaido is in a full-fledged fight while carrying Onigashima. Kaido, bro, GTFO. Kaido was a rock pirate. His bounty's almost double. Luffy jump roped Kaido, a 4.6 billion bounty emperor. Kaido over Loki. Loki has no defenses to fear a Kangan when drunk Kaido was tanking Bajrang Gatlings. Good point, Jordan. Loki is one-shotting Elbaf once he's unleashed. So, why did Shanks come all the way out here? No way. Jeez, I cannot read today, chat. When can I ever read? No way was he just running an errand. Is he still on Elbaf? That's not something I can tell you. Yeah, it's shaking like crazy now. We're gonna die. Man, Usopp, bro. Usopp. If you do not level up this arc, you're cooked. If Usopp does not become the bravest warrior of the sea this arc, maybe Laugh Tale, he's cooked. This is your arc, my guy. This is more your arc than Zoro on Wano. If you do not take massive W's on this arc, Usopp, on this island, you're cooked. You're finished. Truthfully, we really can't scale Loki until he does something. Usopp talking like he's in Wano still. Exactly. Usopp, this has to be your arc. You cannot afford to fail on this island, dude. You just can't. No way. Huff, huff. Does that mean someone's coming? I don't know who it is. He looks like he was just struck by lightning. It's got to be that sun god guy without the mask. I knew it. Road. Man, chat, this is such a weird guy. Like, why were they calling him the sun god again? Chat, did we ever figure out why Road was called the sun god? Because if we figured out why, I totally forgot why. Why did Oda choose this random bum to be the first sun god of Elbaf? Looks like that woman and the big guy are chasing after him. They've got the Sunny too. The Sunny? This is unreal. Guess I've got no choice but to cut him up. Yeah, Zoro. That's my vice captain. See, Zoro doesn't play, bro. Zoro about that action. See, Zoro is about that action, bro. He's ready, bro. Zoro is always on standby. Hold on. They might know the masters. We have to think this through. Look, our goal isn't that much further. We've just gotta look it. We just gotta book it. Full speed ahead. If they catch us, it's all over. I bet there's a village or something up here. We got Sanji, we got Robin. We got Nami, we got Zoro, we got Usopp. Yeah, the OG Straw Hats. The OG Straw Hats on Elbaf. We got Chopper Kun. Yo, what a beautiful panel. They got Usopp being a typical P word as usual. We got Lanji. We got Chopper Kun. We got Nami. What, bro? This man Oda always has to give Nami some. Why do I keep saying Robin? Why does Oda have to always give Nami some cleavage? Like, bro, you barely have her visible in this panel. Got cleavage. You barely got her visible. Got cleavage. Warland, realm of the dead. Diga ga ga ga. All right, I caught a moose. I'm glad we made it in time. You can't find these in the upper forest. Their meat is to die for.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell, man. What the fuck, man? I just beat your ass.
What? Why you talk about someone's meat like that? Those weigh a ton, though. How are we gonna carry it? Yeah, we got Stanzin. We got Hyruden. We got big Hyruden, boy. Bro, that looks like a dinosaur. Chat, this looks like a dinosaur, bro. A dinosaur with antlers. Bro, that is not a moose. Heave ho. That's it. We got it. No one on Elbaf has to fear. The new giant pirates are here. Yeah. It's snowing, so there's no sunstone pinders. Sunstone pinders? Translator note, kanji is sunstone, while kawa is penta. It could be painter. The closest Norse word is pinda, torture / compel, which is closely related to pinder in English. One who impounds animals. Huh. Interesting. A refresher on Hyruden. On Dressrosa in the New World, he got caught up in the schemes of former warlord Doflamingo. He was ultimately rescued from total erasure by the Straw Hat Pirates. He is now one of the 7 captains of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Man, Dressrosa was such an amazing arc, bro. In the manga, bro, forget the anime. The pacing was garbage. In the manga, bro, guys, I want you, please, binge read the manga of Dressrosa. That arc is phenomenal, bro. That arc is so beautiful. By the end of the fight of Luffy and Doflamingo, when everyone's cheering for Luffy and they reign him as the winner, you'll cry, bro. Dressrosa binge read manga is so amazing. It has to be in my top 5, bro. The new giant pirates. self-proclaims part of the Straw Hat Grain Fleet. These upstarts are from the generation after Dory and Broggy, Navigator Roto, Shipwright Stanzen, Ship Doctor Gerd, Cook Goldberg. Their crew is made up of 5 members. The seas around Elbath. How is it, Robinson? I have no experience cutting women's hair. I was nervous. My chest is beating like a drum, even though I don't have a heart. Yo! Skull joke. Yeah, you don't have a heart? That goes against science. It's super cute, Robin. That look really takes me back. Geez, I cannot read. It really suits her. Good job, Brooke. It's perfect. Thanks, Brooke. We got OG Robin, baby. We got OG Robin. Yo, she looks just like she looks just like my queen. Bro, my queen has those big, beautiful eyes. Those perfect pearly whites, the bangs. Oh, bro, no. I can't look at this. I can't look at this because if I thirst after this, it's infidelity. It's adultery. Even though she's reminding me of my wife, she's reminding me of my queen, my beautiful queen, my majestic princess, my girlfriend, my beloved wife, with the bangs, the eyes, the smile. Oh no. Oh no. Someone who creates an illusion and someone who sees through the lies. The king of lies. Usopp. I've been seeing people make theories about Loki having the real Gom no Mi. Because Loki and Luffy's bounty combining equals 5-6. Gomu is not investing in the memory. Yeah, we were talking about that Gomu fruit theory for a long time earlier this stream. I think it was like 30 minutes straight. We were talking about the whole Gum original fruit. Does it exist? Does Loki have it? Because Loki is based on the sun god. They said that Joy Boy stretches and contracts like Nika, therefore they know Nika stretches and we were talking about that for a while. I don't want to drag it back on, but I don't know, man. All I'll say about Loki's devil fruit is it makes sense that he would have the gum fruit not listed in books because he stretches and contracts like sun god, and they know that the sun god stretches and contracts. Therefore, if he had the gum fruit, it makes sense. He stretches and contracts. Moreover, the reason that the gum fruit wouldn't be listed in the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia, as stated by Vegapunk in chapter 1069, is because they've been passing that fruit down generation to generation in Elbaf. So that's why it's not in the Devil Fruit books, because it never left Elbaf. It was always in the Elbaf, and it was never eaten until Loki. But there's a possibility that doesn't really hold true, and if that's not really true, it doesn't have legs to stand on, and that he has a different fruit that stretches and contracts. So it's one or the other. Either he has a devil fruit that stretches and contracts, like that we can say for sure, because they said that Joy Boy stretches and contracts like Nika. So therefore, Elbaf citizens know that Nika stretches and contracts, and if Loki thinks he's Nika, then he thinks he stretches and contracts. So it could either be that, yes, he has the gum fruit not listed in the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia because the fruit never left the island and it was never eaten since the end of the Void Century. That would be why he has the gum fruit not listed in encyclopedias. But if that's wrong and that's not true for one reason or another, he has a different Devil Fruit that allows him to stretch and contract. And we got Young Smokey with a Tony Bomb. Hello, beautiful. She's perfect. Robin Schwan. All right, guys. Get your ratings in. I know all the people watching the stream are men. It is a straight sausage fest in this stream. There's probably one girl watching the stream, and I have no clue why. What girl? To the one girl watching the stream, why would you watch a stream like this? Why would you be in a chat like this? Do yourself better and leave. This chat in this stream is pure male degeneracy. It's filth here. But other than that, guys, rate this panel. Rate Robin Schwan. Rate Robin Schwan. Robin Schwan. What do we rate her, guys? She's blushing. She's smiling. She has her hand up. It's perfect. Thanks, Brooke. Thank you. See, if this was 2024, she'd be like this. Thank you, Breck. Thank you. That's what, see, Oda, you want to make One Piece more realistic? Have her pull out an iPhone. Guys, I'm joking. I'm just kidding. Relax. 11 out of waifu. Infinity out of 10. Me, the one girl. I'm here for Robin Schwan, not for you, men. Hey, I don't believe you. Women OP, female OP fans don't exist, especially in this stream. I don't believe it. But for real, love the stream theories and vibe. Shout out to Joanna, thank you. LMAO, dead. We saw a giant doing that, bro, on Thriller Bark. Did we? Did we see a giant doing that on Thriller Bark? Bro, I can't remember all the little details of One Piece. I just can't. I'm playing 11 out of 10. Robin always been the best One Piece girl. All right, guys, final question before we move on. Who do you guys got? Who do you guys got? Nami or Robin? Eric Hernandez, I don't know if you're watching the stream right now. I don't know if you're in the chat, but this is your moment to close the chat. You're not going to like this answer, Eric Hernandez. Guys, who's better? Who is best girl? Robin Schwan or Nami? Ah, Eric is here. That boy Eric is here. We got JR Writer. Nami, Robin, Nami. Real? No way most of the chat is saying Nami right now. Bro, usually the chat is like 90% Robin. Robin, zero competition. Eric can kiss my blank to Robin. Chapter was a 10, but Nami is better. Robin. Come on, man. I got Robin, bro. I like them. I like the intellects, bro. I like the scholars, man. I like those nerds, bro. I don't like them Jezebels. We don't do the Jezebels. I love all OP women. Best answer, Joanna. Best answer. But if we're being a little misogynistic here, if we're being judgmental, I gotta go with Robin Schwan. Because she reminds me of my girl. I'm like Sanji. I just want to love all the ladies. Young Smokey, if I were you, I would delete that. You better delete that chat. You would never in your life, as a man, would you want to compare yourself to Lanji. Smokey, it's not too late to delete it. Yo, someone screenshot that message before he deletes it. I can't believe he compared himself to Lanji. I see. So your hair was like this back when you first met Saul? I'm sure he'll recognize it and be thrilled. Aw, man, reunions always make me cry. Dude, this reunion is going to be so beautiful. But obviously, Oda has to follow tropes. You know, it's the typical tropes. One character is going to reunite with another. But as they're reuniting, or before they can reunite, there's some drama. One of them is getting attacked. They're getting sick. They're dying. It's the typical television, fiction, fairy tale trope. You know? It's very clear. It's very obvious. It's just a trope. So in this case, we know that Saul is going to be sick, or he's getting attacked, or he's getting kidnapped before Robin can reunite. You had that style when you met us too, Robin. Land ho! The fog is clear and it's smooth sailing. It's huge. Even the island is a giant. Let's dock and have ourselves a good drink. Woo! Elbaf. Huff, huff, this is bad. It's Mr. Saul. He's fallen and he can't get up. Something happened to Saul. Chapter 1131 end.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
And guys, that is One Piece chapter 1131. Comment down below. What do we rate this chapter? Comment down below 1 to 10, 1 to 100. What do you rate this chapter? Guys, no break next week. We're thrilled. Hopefully we can figure out what's going on with Saul. Hopefully we get some more Loki developments. Hey, honestly, guys, I'm gonna say something, and I don't know if it's gonna be a hot take or if it's just a normal take. Guys, what I want next chapter is a non-Elbaf chapter. I don't want to see Elbaf. I want to see Dragon. I want to see the Revolutionaries. I want to see Blackbeard. I want to see Emu. Cross-skilled. Law. Not Kid. I want some content. Please just give us one chapter and I'll stop complaining. You can go back to Elbaf for 50 chapters. I want a chapter that's not Elbaf, man. Are you guys with me? Just one chapter, and then we can stay on Egghead for 50 chapters. Give us one chapter of outside events. Vivi, Big News Morgans, Sabo, Dragon, Kuma. Give us some content of outside world events. Garling, Cross-Guild. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I hope next chapter, or at least the chapter after that, 1133, could be outside world events. Maybe even an Egghead update. Update us on what's going on with Egghead. What the hell's going on with Egghead? 100% Egghead spoiled us with outside developments. Yeah, so, you know, if you think about it that way, Eric, you make a good point, because Egghead gave us a lot of outside world events. So I guess it makes sense that when Egghead ends, we go straight to Elbaf and we got locked into Elbaf. Because Oda's like, bro, why? I get it. Like, every time we end an arc, we go to outside world events for a little bit, then we come back. I get it. We normally do that. But wait up. Hold on. We did that with throughout Egghead. We constantly gave like outside world events. So this time around, when we leave Egghead and we go to Elbaf, we're not going to do that much, if any, outside world events. You already got a lot in Egghead, so we're going to stay locked into Elbaf. So from that point of view, I understand it, but I still want outside world events. Like, don't you guys want to see what's going on with Vivi and Big News Morgans? Where are they? What's going on with that? Law, a huge important character. We got the boy Surgeon in Death Law. Gotta represent. What's going on with Law? He is a huge important character. He was like the epitome of post-time skip. The Yonko Saga. What is the Yonko Saga without Law? What is the Yonko Saga without Law? So let's get back to Law. Let's see what Blackbeard's going to do with the ancient weapons. Let's see what the revolutionaries got going on, because they're in war. They're at war right now. Didn't we recently see the Blackbeard Pirates have a plan on New Marineford? Remember the Blackbeard Pirates are talking about how the Revs are cutting off food to Marijois and the whole New Marineford stuff? What's going on with that? I want to see some outside world events. Law is not dead. Dude, and it's not even biased. Like seriously, all jokes aside, there's no way in hell Law's dead. Because this story, at least post-time skip in the New World, it predicates on Law and his plans. There would be no Yonka Saga without Law. Law made this gigantic promise to Corazon. Law has to go and discover the checkered fate. It would be a gigantic disgrace to L's character, or Law's character, if he did not discover the checkered fate. Remember how they were talking about the poneglyphs, end of Wano? How he was with Robin and he saw the poneglyph? Law has to fulfill his dream. There has to be, even if he doesn't fulfill his dream, there needs to be a clear conclusion. Even if he fails, there has to be a clear conclusion. This cannot be the death of Law. Guys, can we get some answers with a yes or no? Is Law dead? Right now in this moment, I want to see some answers. Right now in this moment, is Law dead? I'm going to have to say a strong no. And I'm pushing the bias to the side. Like, come on, bro. Law is a huge, important, pivotal character. Look at his relationship and I'll just say relationship. Look at his relationship with Corazon, bro. He needs to fulfill that checkered fate. He's a Will of D. He has a secret name of Water. It's not Cope. Honestly, I think the path that Oda is going to set for Law is that he's not going to join Luffy again. We're not getting this whole Straw Hat, Heart Pirates 2.0. We're not getting Alliance 2.0. It's not happening, bro. We did it for several hundred chapters. Hundreds of chapters, we had Law and Luffy tag teaming in an alliance. We're not going back into that. It's played out, bro. Oda's going to move away from that. So if Oda moves away from the Straw Hat Heart Pirate Alliance and he wants to do something new, because he already did that for hundreds of chapters, what is he going to do for Law? I think the answer is very simple. Cross-Guild. Cross Guild. Cross Guild is made up of what? Former warlords. Law is a former warlord. Cross Guild is made up of what? Pirates. Law is a pirate. Cross Guild is made up of what? Pirates who like to create alliances. It was specific wording in the official translation. Pirates who create an alliance. Law's whole character is being a pirate, creating alliances for the end goal. In his mind, the means justify the ends. Or the other way around, the ends justify the means. So Law joining Cross Guild makes so much perfect sense. Now, what is one thing, the biggest factor that would stop that? Nothing besides Doflamingo. Now ask yourself, after everything I just stated for Law, how he's an important character, he has to come to his conclusion. He wants to find the One Piece. He wants to discover the checkered fate, the warlord stuff, pirate with alliance, all of these factors. Does Doflamingo have a higher chance of joining Cross Guild than Law? Because obviously, if Dofi was in Cross Guild, Law's not going to tag team with him. Or if Law is in Cross Guild, Doflamingo's not going to join. They are not working together, bro. That is out the window. Why would Doflamingo and his personality work with Cross Guild, especially when you look at Marineford? Remember how in Marineford there was that conversation between Doflamingo and Crocodile? They didn't make the alliance. And then on top of that, what was the dialogue about? I've asked you before, join me, Crocodile, let's work together. So then that implies that there's been several conversations of Doflamingo and Cross Guild joining hands, and Cross Guild or Crocodile's always saying no. And then Marineford ended with another no. So I highly doubt Doflamingo joins Cross Guild. Doflamingo is a god complex, I'm the leader kind of guy. Whereas Law is a let's work together, let's make an alliance because the ends justify the means. I think Law has a much better chance of joining Cross Guild than Doflamingo does. And especially now that Law's ship is wrecked, it got destroyed. Law's ship got destroyed, is sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Bro, Law's joining Cross Guild. Doflamingo has a higher chance of joining Cross Guild. There's foreshadowing. Why? Why is the foreshadowing of Roger's execution playing into Dofi Cross Guild? Because look at everything else in the story. Doflamingo has too much of a god complex. He is not going to work with Cross Guild. He's going to tell them, bro, fuck you. I'm a former CD. I'm trying to get into Celestial Dragons. My goal isn't One Piece. My goal is to get back into Marijua. Remember that? Remember how he was trying to sell Dressrosa to the king? To King Riku? He was trying to sell Dressrosa to King Riku, but why? Why was Doflamingo trying to sell Dressrosa to get a King Riku? Or why was he trying to sell Dressrosa to King Riku? Why? Was it to go get the One Piece? No. The reason he was trying to sell Dressrosa to King Riku was so that he could become a Celestial Dragon again. That's really Doflamingo's end goal. And if he ever talks about wanting to get the One Piece, it's because he wants to go back into Marijua, bro. That's exactly why he killed his father, took his father's skull to Marijua. He wants to be a Celestial Dragon. That's his end goal. You know, so this whole idea of him joining Cross Guild, it doesn't make much sense to me. But then when you look at Law, it makes way more sense because Oda's not going to give up on Law's character. Law's not going to give up on his dream. No way in hell Law is the kind of guy to be like, yeah, checkered fate. I don't care anymore. Screw it. I give up. Bro, that is not Law's character. He's going to join a team of former warlords to make an alliance. Law in Cross Guild, baby. I'll put any amount of money. Any amount of money. I put all my chips on it. If we're playing poker, if we're gambling right now, I put all of my chips to Law joining Cross Guild. 100%. And even if he was Sword, right? And I like that theory. Law being a member of Sword. I like that theory. Even though I feel like over time it's becoming more unlikely because it would have been revealed by now, I feel. Like, given all the context, I feel like it would have been revealed, especially in Wano. But let's just say, though, Law's a member of Cross Guild. That still doesn't prevent him from joining Cross Guild. Or Law's a member of Sword. That doesn't prevent Law joining Cross Guild. If anything, that betters him joining Sword. Because look at the context of Sword members. We have X-Drake, who infiltrated the Beast Pirates, a pirate crew, to get more information. A lot of people think Aokiji is a member of Sword. And then what would that mean for Aokiji? He's, again, just like X-Drake, Aokiji's infiltrating a pirate crew, the Blackbeard Pirates, for Sword. Now, if Law is a member of Sword, what a surprise. He would be joining Cross Guild. He'd be infiltrating a pirate crew called Cross Guild while being in Sword. So it fits the theme. It fits the pattern. So if you believe that Law's a member of Sword, then it makes it even more likely than unlikely that Law would join Cross Guild. Because then again, X Drake would be for the Beast Pirates. Aokiji would be for the Blackbeard Pirates. Law would be for Sword. It makes perfect sense to me. At least me. Shout out to Young Smokey with the 20 bomb. Thank you, King. Don't forget one of Law's coldest lines. He is the man who broke the gear. That's a badass Law moment. Yeah, bro. That was an amazing moment in Punk Hazard when he cut the gear, which, by the way, Law cutting the factory and the gear in Punk Hazard, I think that's one of the most underrated moments in the story. Do people realize how gigantic like the factories were, how gigantic the gear was? Who remembers that when he cut it in half? I don't think people realize how huge that area is, bro. That is a crazy feat. Law is an amazing character. I don't like, even if you disagree, like, let's say you guys disagree on Law joining Cross Guild, but you guys have the freedom to do so. You guys don't have to agree with me just because I'm a content creator. That's dumb. Have your own opinions. Have your own beliefs. You are your own person. I don't tell you what to believe. But let's just say that you disagree with Law joining Cross Guild. I just don't see how someone could justify Law giving up on his dream. That just makes no sense at all. Can you guys meet me halfway? Can we at least agree there? Why would Law, think about Law and everything he's done. Why would Oda grab Law and be like, yeah, well, I'm throwing him out the story. He gives up on the Checkered Fate. He gives up on One Piece. He gives up on the Poneglyphs. He gives up on Corazon. That just doesn't make any sense. So shout out to Young Smokey, man. That was an amazing moment. Law has a lot of good lines, bro. Look at post time skips. So many good lines. This man Law was the same one who saved Luffy at Marineford. Who saved Luffy at Marineford? Law did. Law top one, baby. An amazing character. Law has one of the greatest backstories in the entire story. Think about it. Think about Law's backstory. He was sick. He had a disease. He was angry with Doflamingo. He escaped with Corazon, the whole sound bubble. Corazon grabbed him. Law laying there, pretending to be asleep. Corazon's pouring his heart out. He's crying. Law, I wish I could save you. You're just a young kid. I love you. I wish I could save you. I'm so sad you're dying. Corazon wipes his tears, walks away. Camera pans to Law. Law opens his eyes and he starts crying. What a beautiful moment. Law, oh man, the whole treasure chest moment. Law being in the treasure chest with Corazon's back to the treasure chest, dying for Law. That is one of the best backstories ever, bro. I think, like, and this might be biased, I'll admit, but I think people, like, don't talk about Law's backstory enough because they forgot all the details, bro. Go rewatch Law's backstory. Go reread it. You're going to remember how amazing it is. Law, one of the best characters, bro. Just banger character. Oda was cooking, and Oda's going to continue cooking. Law's not done, man. Kid's done. I don't actually believe that. I do think Oda's going to continue to use Kid. But do I think he should use Kid? No, not really. JR Raider with the 5. Thank you so much, bro. $5 super chat. Thank you, King. JR Raider says, would love the Law Sengoku interaction post Law joining Cross Guild. What do you think the Law Cross Guild's plan of attack would be to get Poneglyphs? That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe Elbaf. Maybe because obviously they're trying to get Poneglyphs. Obviously the goal of Cross Guild is to get the One Piece, right? Buggy proclaims that, right? And he got all the subordinates to get behind that idea. By the way, Oakley, what's up, bro? As far as getting Poneglyphs, maybe Law knows something about Elbaf having a Poneglyph. It's possible. Law's a man of lots of knowledge. He's a man of much knowledge. So Law could know something like, hey, like I heard like there's a Poneglyph on Elbaf, or like, hey, I heard that there's a Poneglyph on Hachinosu. Because remember, in the recent SBS, guys, we read it. The recent SBS, we read it. Question 9. Please tell us about the Rocky Port incident. Blah, 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 blah. Hearing that the pirate island holds an important poneglyph, Law hijacked a massive passenger ship. So this actually makes perfect sense. Since Hachinosu, the land of Blackbeard, holds a great poneglyph, and Law was literally at Hachinosu for the Rocky Port incident, doesn't it make sense that Law, if he joined Cross Guild, he'd be like, hey, Cross Guild, I know that Hachinosu, you guys, okay, I'm Law, I'm joining Cross Guild. Your goal is to find the One Piece, right? Well, you need poneglyphs. Okay, well, Hachinosu, I learned from the Rocky Port incident, Hachinosu has an important poneglyph. So let's go to Hachinosu. And then that could create a scenario where Cross Guild and the Blackbeard Pirates are fighting on Hachinosu, and maybe Luffy shows up there as well. So maybe there's this huge war, there's this huge fight on Hachinosu of the straw hair pirates, Cross Guild, and the Blackbeard Pirates. A three-way war. And maybe you can even throw in the red hair pirates. Maybe you can throw in Shanks to the mix. I think maybe that's what the sequence of events would be. Law washes ashore of I forgot what the island's called where the Cross Guild base is at. Buggy's Island. What's that base called? Bajara, something with a B and a J. Law pulls up, he's on the shore of Cross Guild Island. They talk, he joins Cross Guild. Law then says, Pirate Island has an important poneglyph. Let's go there. Cross Guild goes to Hachinosu. And then there's a fight between Cross Guild and Blackbeard. And maybe by that point, the Straw Hat Pirates will be on Hachinosu as well. So then there'll be a three-way fight between Blackbeard Pirates, Cross Guild, and Straw Hat Pirates. What do you guys think, chat? What do you think? What do you think? Are we cooking?
Let him
Are we
cook.
cooking, chat?
Let him cook now.
But yeah, JR Raider, I definitely want to see Law and Sengoku reunite because their relationship was pretty great throughout the story. Thank you again, JR Raider. Or was it JR Raider? Yeah, JR Raider. And Young Smokey with another 20 bomb, bro. Young Smokey says, I believe the special poneglyph at Hachinosu was a real poneglyph, not a road poneglyph, because we know where 3 are and don't know where 1 is. Wait. So, Young Smokey, I'm gonna remind you something, Young King. So in One Piece, when they talk about the Rio poneglyph, R-I-O, when they talk about the Rio poneglyph, that is quite literally the same thing as the real poneglyph. Okay, so Rio and real, it's the same exact thing. It's literally like it's the same thing, right? And we know through Skypiea and Roger's flashback that the Rio, aka real, whatever you want to call it, I'll call it the real, right? We know that the real poneglyph tells the full story of the Void Century. We know that as a fact, okay? And what we also know because of Skypiea, Robin said, and I quote, the Pirate King delivered the document to its destination. And what she's referring to, if you look back at Roger's flashback, what she's basically saying is that Roger delivered the real poneglyph to Laugh Tale. So that would necessarily mean that Laugh Tale holds the full history of the Void Century because Laugh Tale holds the real poneglyph. So if the real poneglyph is on Hachinosu, then that means somehow, some way, the real poneglyph got moved from Laugh Tale to Hachinosu. And I think that'd be like a huge implication, you know? Because then that means who did that? I don't think Roger would do that. I think when Roger got to Laugh Tale, he stepped back and he left the real poneglyph there. And I don't think Roxy Zebek went to Laugh Tale. I truly believe that Roger was the only one who made it to Laugh Tale. I don't think Zebek did. I think Roger's the only one, and that's the important thing that sticks out from Roger. He became the Pirate King because he's the only one who made it to Laugh Tale. And if Roxy Zebek did make it to Laugh Tale, he would be crowned as a Pirate King, and no one would forget about that. People would pass that on. People would know about that because it'd be such huge news, which is exactly why they couldn't erase Roger. They couldn't erase Roger as a person and as a legend because everyone heard about him. He became the Pirate King. He became worldwide news. So if Zebek went to Laugh Tale, he would surely be labeled as a Pirate King as well, the second Pirate King, and that would never leave. Everyone would always talk about it. Everyone would know. You can't erase that, right? So with that being said, I think that the real poneglyph is on Laugh Tale and it never left. So it wouldn't be able to go on Hachinosu. But that's just my opinion, Young Smokey. clarify anything for me if you think I'm wrong, if I got anything mixed up, if I forgot something. What do you think, Young Smokey? What do you guys think in chat? That's what I think. Zebek walked so Roger could run. Yeah, so when I said that Zebek would be the second Pirate King, I meant first. Because Zebek obviously did his thing 40 years ago before Roger. You guys know what I meant. But either way, if Zebek went to Laugh Tale, everyone would know. The whole world would know. He'd be labeled as a Pirate King. You can't erase that, right? And Roger's living proof of that. Roger is living proof of that. If you go to Laugh Tale, the whole world's going to know. Therefore, the whole world's going to hear about you. The whole world labels you as Pirate King. There's no erasing that. You know, so I think the real poneglyph is on Laugh Tale. The real poneglyph tells the full story of the Void Century. It is the document that Roger delivered to the destination, and the destination is Laugh Tale. And Roger said that in Roger's flashback. He pretty much attested to that. I have the real poneglyph. We wrote down the history. We wrote down the poneglyphs, and I delivered it to Laugh Tale. Delivered it to its destination, which is exactly why in Skypiea, Robin said that the Pirate King delivered the document to its destination. Zebek is a god compared to Blackbeard, truly perfect. Yeah, as of now, he would be labeled as a god, but I do think Blackbeard's gonna he's gonna, what's a good word? Not overpower. I don't know, for lack of a better word, I think surpass, that's better. I think for lack of a better word, Blackbeard will surpass Zebek. Blackbeard might even surpass Roger. Do you guys agree with that? Do you guys believe that Blackbeard will surpass Zebek and Roger? And then when Luffy defeats Blackbeard, he surpasses all three. By Luffy defeating Blackbeard, he therefore surpasses Roger and Zebek. And then obviously when Luffy makes it to Laugh Tale, that cements it. Do you guys believe that as well? Sorry, Evil, but Robin or Nami got nothing on Charlotte Amande. Who's that? Charlotte Amande. Her? Ah, dude, you sick, twisted man. I know exactly why you're saying that, dude. He said I'd climb that tree any day. Bruh. You think she's best girl? I know exactly why you're saying that, you sick man, you sick little boy. See, this chat is degenerate, man. What that neck do, says Jordan. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream here, guys. We're going to wrap up the stream here. You guys, what's good, Finburst? You guys, rate the chapter. Go ahead and rate the chapter at the top of the stream chat. Okay, rate the chapter so we can see what the finishing polls are. Make sure you guys like the stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like the stream so we could grow the channel, so we could grow our live streams, reach out to more people, so we can have more fun reacting to spoilers and streams, so we could cook more theories, so we can enlighten the youth, lift the veil from the eyes of many. Go ahead and like the stream, guys. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're not new here, hit the notification bell so you don't miss future posts and streams, okay? We'll be back next week. We'll be back soon for the short summary of 1132. Then we'll be back for the long summary of 1132. Then we'll be back for the chapter reaction of 1132. And guys, we got to cross our fingers. Chat, cross your fingers that when we get the short summary to 1132, it says no break next week. That way we could do 1133. Okay, I'm looking forward to that, guys. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much for being here. Chat, I appreciate each and every one of you so much. A big shout out, guys. Let's get a W, Young Smokey. W, Wong Wokey in chat. Can we get a W, Wokey, for gigantic support today, guys? 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 10, 20, 50, 300. Those were singular super chats I just read out. Young Smokey, you know I tell you this all the time, bro. I wish I could put into words, energy, and just actions how grateful I am. That is just uber immaculate support, man. Seriously, thank you so much. I know I'm a content creator. I know I got this little microphone. I know I got this little streamer light. I know I have this camera, but I'm a human, bro. I'm a human. I'm a loyal man of Christ. I'm a servant for Christ. I'm a lion for Christ. May he be glorified in through me to bring Christ glory. I'm a human, bro. I'm a brother. I think you're a brother in Christ, Young Smokey, right? You're a brother in Christ. Either way, bro, thank you so much, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We had JR Writer with the support. Shout out JR Writer. Thank you, Young King. Amongst everyone else who's been supporting, L, thank you. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a great stream. Pretty good chapter. I'll give this chapter, I'll give it an 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5. It wasn't a bad chapter. It wasn't anything crazy. You know, it didn't really leave me like, oh my gosh, that's so insane. Like, it wasn't over the top. It was a good chapter, though. We see Robin, we get some Saul developments, Loki and Luffy developments. We hear about the first world. We get some pretty cool developments. Oda is taking his time. You know, Oda has to lay the groundwork, you know, the foundation to the arc. Oda's putting the pawns on the chessboard. That way, when we go through the arc and we get the climax of the arc and we get the conclusion of the arc, everything comes full circle. So I trust in Oda. I trust in Oda to not fail in Elbaf. And I trust in you guys to be great, loyal friends and supporters. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope everyone here has a nice morning, day, or night wherever you guys are. I hope you guys are able to have your own personal relationship with God in your own personal way. I wish that you guys fill your spiritual cup. I truly believe all humans have a spiritual cup, and it's very important for us to fill our spiritual cup. There's this hole, there's this keyhole inside of us that's empty. All of us, we're humans, man. We're just human, bro. We all have this empty keyhole, and our relationship with God is the key to twist and to make us feel complete. Guys, don't turn to alcohol, don't turn to food, don't turn to drugs, don't turn to corn, don't turn to OnlyFans, don't turn to being a clout chaser, don't turn to these filthy, degenerate, selfish, sinful things that don't fulfill you. You're a dog chasing its tail. It'll never fulfill you. A relationship with God in your own personal way is the best way to do that. And if you guys want my own personal opinion, my guidance to you, I truly ask that you guys, with your full mind, body, and soul, seek a relationship with Jesus Christ, because he's the truth. He's the answer. No one can get to the Father except through him. He is the bread of life. He is the water of life. He died for your sins. 500 people witnessed his resurrection. They were persecuted, tortured to death not for what they believe, but for what they saw. He loves you. Seek him out and you will find him, and you will have the veil lifted from your eyes to see what evil is in this world, to see what good is in this world, to see the rulers of darkness, the principalities of darkness. You will see things for what they really are, because in this wicked, evil, confusing, backwards world, you need guidance, and the best guidance, the best teacher, the best guider you could have is Jesus, guys. I pray that he takes care of you. I pray he gives you guys bravery, courage, health, success, love, happiness. I pray that he takes care of each and every one of you. So with that being said, guys, have a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you are. I truly, truly, truly love you guys. You're amazing. Never give up on yourself.